Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It is Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. Here's what's happening today in America. Kamala Harris missed a word. The FDA does not want you to miss a shot. Big tech laying off a lot of people, and it's always worth time to lift up a hero. That is all coming up, and then Bill O'Reilly will be back with your message of the day. But first, Kamala Harris was at a speech marking the 50th anniversary of Roe v. Wade. But in her speech, she misquoted the Declaration of Independence. Well, she didn't misquote it. It wasn't a mistake. She did it on purpose. She said, "We are each endowed with the right to liberty and the pursuit of happiness." She left out, what did she leave out? Life. It's life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's amazing. Why would she quote the Declaration of Independence knowing that if she quoted it in full, it would undercut the entire pro-abortion argument? I don't know, which is worse, that or back in 2010 when Barack Obama quoted the Declaration of Independence word for word, but left out the fact that our rights are endowed by our Creator. I suppose it's the same. First you take out by our Creator. It's not long before you take away the life. The FDA is proposing that all future COVID vaccines be treated like the flu shot, which is manufacturers would decide which strains to target in the summer. That would give them a few months to get the shots ready for the fall. And then if you want it, you just get it in the fall or the winter. And there's no more keeping track of how many boosters you've gotten or how long it's been since your last booster. FDA scientists say Americans now have sufficient pre-existing immunity against COVID because they either got vaccinated or have been infected. So we're back to the actual definition of immunity. I suppose it's okay to talk about it again. Big tech seeing a lot of layoffs. The latest are 600 employees from Spotify. Add to that the 10,000 employees fired from Microsoft, 12,000 from Google, and 18,000 from Amazon. This month, Big Tech has laid off 46,000 people. Last year, Big Tech laid off 100,000 people. The year before that, 2021, only 13,000. I will always take the time to highlight the hero. That murderer in Los Angeles, the 72-year-old male who killed 11 people at that dance hall. He was stopped from murdering more people by a 26-year-old man who saw him when he walked into the entrance of another dance hall, Brandon Say. Brandon said, "My first thought was, I'm going to die here. This is it. But I realized I needed to get that weapon away from him. I needed to take this weapon, disarm him, or else everybody would have died. When I got the courage, I lunged at him, grabbed the weapon, and we had a struggle. He was hitting me across the face, bashing the back of my head. He finally got the weapon away, and the murderer ran away. Many lives saved. Well done, Brandon." Bill with your message of the day. Next.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-925-7584 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-925-7584. That's 800-925-7584. What do you have to lose? Call 800-925-7584. Again, 800-925-7584.
Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. Over the weekend, I watched the 1961 movie Judgment at Nuremberg, a brilliant film with a powerful message for today's America. Spencer Tracy stars as an American judge heading a tribunal, hearing evidence against 4 Nazi judges. Tracy is under enormous pressure to give light sentences to the Germans, each of whom allowed crimes against humanity. Their defense was they were operating under the law imposed by the Third Reich. They had no choice. The Nazis, in the end, are sentenced to life, and Tracy explains the dignity of the decision by defining what true justice really is. It's supposed to ignore politics and favoritism. The mandate is punishment must fit the crime. Rationalizations are no excuse for hurting people. Today in America, the justice system is falling apart. We routinely see prosecutors fail to protect us from guilty criminals. We're witnessing a politicized FBI and Attorney General. Honest outcomes in criminal courts are increasingly in doubt, as guilty people often walk free. The same is true in civil court, where legions of dishonest lawyers try to destroy people for money. Rarely are these defamers and perjury accommodators sanctioned by the legal system. This is an incredibly serious problem. If things continue to decline in the American justice system, anarchy will emerge. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. If you'd like more honest news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com. If you'd like to reach me, it's very easy. Bill@BillO'Reilly.com. Bill@BillO'Reilly.com. Name and town if you wish to opine. All right, here's a mail. Let's rip through it. Sarah Shaver, Valdez, North Carolina. My thoughts and feelings are exactly the way you put it in your column, O'Reilly. I've started to think I was becoming like the irrational Trump haters. But, as you said, the actions of President Biden, it's very hard not to have the syndrome. Got to fight it, though. I'm fighting it. Phil, concierge member, way to go, Phil. Thank you. Bill, your problem, you are getting emotionally involved. Big mistake. Stick with your principles, the facts, and the events actually described. Time and God will fix our problems. All right, there's something to that. I mean, Biden's making me crazy. I got to pull back. DeWitt, the fact is that for Biden and his supporters, this is what a good job looks like. We live in a low voter comprehension era. It is hurting the country. There's no doubt about it, DeWitt. Brett O'Donnell, Levittown, Pennsylvania. Bill, I never hear politicians from either party talk about reducing the deficit. Are we capable of doing that? Yes, of course. If we cut spending, the deficit goes down. Tax receipts are at an all-time high. We can cut spending, and then that brings the deficit down. Melody, concierge member, thank you, Melody. Bill, you are a great man, and your children are lucky to have you as a father. See, Melody, I'm reading that to them every hour on the hour, okay? I am fortunate to have good children that are grown and have become responsible, hardworking adults, so I am leaving them money in my will. This is off the Marie Osmond stuff where I said I'm going to leave my urchins stuff when I depart this world. In a moment, something you might not know. Many timeshare owners are upset that their yearly dues continue to increase, and the annual fees never stop, even after you quit using the property. So if you are stuck in a timeshare, you're not alone. With an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau and hundreds of 5-star testimonials, family-owned Lone Star Transfer is the only company you can trust, guaranteeing the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and in a specific time frame. Lone Star Transfer's customer service is second to none. They will make your experience a pleasant one, done legally, ethically, and quickly. They have 15 years of experience in the timeshare disposal business and are here to help you. So start the new year off right with a free, no-obligation consultation. Call 855-551-7066 or go to LoneStarTransfer.com. 855-551-7066. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 34 years ago today, thousands of Americans gathered outside the gates of a Florida state prison. They carried signs reading, "Burn, baby, burn. Fry 'em like bacon." The crowd assembled to celebrate the execution of America's most notorious serial killer, Ted Bundy. Here's how that monster ended up in the electric chair. Theodore Robert Bundy was born on November 24th, 1946. At a young age, his family relocated to the suburbs of Seattle. Bundy attended the University of Washington. At first glance, Ted Bundy presented himself as a genial man, well-spoken and good-looking. He even worked at a suicide prevention hotline. In reality, Bundy was a psychopath who brutally murdered dozens of human beings. Beginning in the early 1970s, women in the Pacific Northwest began disappearing. Ted's own girlfriend reported him to the local police after discovering rope, gloves, and handcuffs in his Volkswagen. He was arrested in August 1975 and charged with kidnapping. Bundy managed to escape from jail twice with help from sympathetic officials. On the run, Bundy traveled south, where he viciously attacked women at Florida State University. About 3 weeks after terrorizing the Tallahassee campus, he kidnapped and killed a 12-year-old girl in Lake City, Florida. Bundy was finally apprehended at a traffic stop in February 1978. Prosecutors used bite marks on the victims' bodies and dental records to convict Bundy, who was sentenced to death. In the end, he confessed to 36 killings. Police believe the final tally is closer to 100. On January 24, 1989, Ted Bundy was served a final meal of steak, eggs, and then was executed in the electric chair. And here's something else you might not know. I covered the Bundy story, trailing him from Seattle to Aspen, Colorado, and on to northern Florida. I interviewed the last woman he dated who was lucky to survive. Back after this. Inflation at its highest level in 40 years and interest rates are skyrocketing, as you know. Market experts like Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, predicting recession. So to protect your future, do what I did. Call the only precious metal dealers I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. You can get started with a short phone call. They will place physical gold and silver right at your door or inside your IRA or 401k. They are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and thousands of satisfied clients. Please tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Don't wait. You can call them now. 877-444-GOLD. 877-444-GOLD. Or text GOLD to 65532. Again, 877-444-GOLD or text GOLD to 65532. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.